Hi, I'm Susan Tambone. This is Prospect Riding Center. We offer therapeutic, recreational, equine activities for folks with and without special needs, and we care to open that service to their service providers, families, other participants are welcome to join in. We've been at this facility for 2 years. I think it was important because I saw the difference that it made in people's lives, both children and adults. My own family members have had disabilities and medical reasons and mental reasons, and my daughter got involved in riding therapy when she was 5 years old and was able to work through some issues with epilepsy. And when I saw the difference in her development and her progress, I got really excited. I became a volunteer, and then I moved on to become certified with PATH International, and this was over 7 years ago, and I've never stopped since. I love it. I want everyone to be able to have this experience. So we invite folks from 5 years through seniors to come out and be participants in our programs. Our programs are specifically designed to meet their needs. We consider each person's needs and design their lessons accordingly. Michael's been here for over a year. He started as a non-mounting equine experience, and now he is independent and riding his horse without a leader, without a spotter, and he's done 2 shows with Sarasota Horse Club for us. Janie came as a new student over a year or so ago, and she has graduated from our program and moved on to another more advanced program that we recommended for her riding abilities. So Janie got her basics skills here. For horse safety, they start directly in the field, gathering up their horse with the halter, bringing it in. They are hands-on from the get-go. They learn horse safety, herd behavior. They learn a little bit about feeding and medical needs, and then they're in the saddle and able to progress through this property. They start out in the front of the property where our beginning arena is, and they're able to progress to the trail rides when they become independent. As we are growing and getting more clients to come out, we use these volunteers in such a way that we form a team around the client. Often we need 4 people at least to assist a client with sidewalkers, leaders, depending on their skills and their needs. So that's important to us. And we also have administrative needs. We have ground preparation. We have horse training. Some folks come out only to spend time with the horses, and some folks come out only to spend time with our participants. So we will take you through whatever it is that your gift is. We like to think of ourselves as a team. We like to think of ourselves as a body, and each person is a part of this body, and we need to work together. So if a person comes and they only want to work with one specific area, we're glad to have them here. Any time is appreciated. We thank our volunteers. We often have appreciation gatherings, and so far, they're happy. Community is important to us. We have at least 3 events each year that bring education to our community. We've done hurricane preparedness, we've done safety classes, we've done things for ranches specifically in the rural area. So bringing the community onto this facility is very important to us. Reaching out to these youth that understand about horses. A lot of our East County folks have horses, have animals, but they don't understand that it's not just a ranch. They can do something else. They can go on to do therapeutic instruction. They can go on to do other areas with their background. So it opens up a new world for them, for the volunteers. We start at a young age. We'll shadow a young person. Some of these volunteers have been in 4-H and FFA, and they know more than I do. So I'm thrilled to have children as volunteers.
At Miss Susan's, probably 12 weeks. Just knowing that I can get all the basic information here. Probably horse safety.
1.5 years.
And how do you like it?
I like it well because I get to spend a lot of time with my friends and the horses.
Okay. There's a time when you have to be with the horse and you can't think about what you're going to fix for dinner. So your mind is on the relationship with the participant and the horse. And when you're able to see a connection that a participant has made, or when you're able to experience their first words on a horse, we have many folks that are nonverbal, and when you see that, there is a bulge in your chest from your heart and the smile on each of our face. We can look at one another as we're working together as a team, and we know we've engaged with that client, and we know that the horse has done their business. And when Michael arrives, for example, he wants to see Babe and he wants to look at her smile. He knows that Babe has a certain little smile on her face. So to see the children and adults interact with these horses and me step back if I can and be quiet is really the magic that happens here. I'd like the community sponsors, donors to know that we're committed to be consistent with our program, to follow Path International standards, to provide safe activities in this ranch setting, and that once they come through that gate, they can drop the world behind them. Our biggest connection is Facebook. And find us on Facebook and you will be up to date with everything we're doing. Events, our needs, our wish list, also all of our mission statement, our program policies are on there. You'll have contact information for phone numbers, emails. We are great text messengers, so LinkedIn, Twitter, we're there. Today, the riders that are coming, some are bringing their own horses and some will be riding our horses. They're going to get to experience what our advanced riders experience. They're going to have time in the trail. They're going to have time in our obstacle course. There'll be a car wash that they have to go through. There's large tractor tires they'll be walking over. There's ditches and hills, and it'll just be a little bit of a competition for them and their horse to be able to handle the obstacles that we're training our horses with, and that we're encouraging our riders to become more independent and ride in those areas. So this is some new section of our facility that they're going to be introduced to, and also they'll be able to see our Destination Trail is open. That's a butterfly garden at the end of Destination Trail. We've had an Eagle Scout project that put benches in there for us last week. So we want people to come and enjoy the property and find out what we're doing here.
My name's Laura Tambone. I live here at Prospect Riding Center. Susan Tambone is my mother, the owner of Prospect Riding Center. I help out around here. I help with lessons by walking the horses and taking care of the horses. I also help out around the ranch by fixing stuff and just being a helping hand wherever my mom needs me. This is Win. I've had him for about a week and a half, actually. He's 8 years old. I think he's the perfect horse for me. We bonded right away. He's really great. He's really friendly. There's all the simple stuff like feeding and watering, and you have to give them hay and make sure their place where they stay is clean. But there's also another part where you have to show them affection stuff, because there's no happy horse without affection. And so they won't do what you want unless you give them what they want. Grooming is important for the horse because it soothes them before they ride and lets them know that they're okay and they can trust you, and then it also just cleans them off so there's nothing under their saddle bugging them, or there's nothing under their feet that they're stepping on, like rocks or something. So it just makes sure that they're okay before you ride. Before and after, we brush them off and then rinse them. We want to be teaching them the safety of being around a horse and just the fun of it too. We don't want to just be like on top of them the whole time, like don't do this, don't do this. We want to be saying good job for doing this. And it's really important for young people to be around here for the horses, because a lot of them live in town. They've never been around in this environment, and it just teaches them good skills and kindness, because you have to be kind to an animal so they be kind to people. So it just teaches them good characteristics and stuff. The best part about working with an animal is if something's going on, like in your life, you can they'll make you feel better because they listen to you and they trust you. And once you have that bond, it's like they're your best friend. Win was donated to us, just like many of the other animals and horses here at Prospect Riding Center. We're a nonprofit organization. So people will call us if they have a good horse, a nice sound horse for lessons, or a horse that they want us to just have to keep and give a good home to. Win was donated by Vic Scarborough. He owns a Circle S Rodeo. He's just up the street from us, so it was real nice and convenient. I went and rode him. and I automatically fell in love with him.
My name is Lori Keeling, and I am a volunteer, and I also come out and do trail rides on a weekly basis. I am here with Axel.
Tell us a little bit about that.
Axel is a Belgian draft horse, and he's been here for about 2 years, and he was brought down from a farm up in Tallahassee. Well, Axel does in-the-ring trail rides. He also will do the obstacle course, and he's a very, very gentle horse, although he's very big, but he's very gentle with all the kids. Well, what we do is we get them acclimated to the horses in the ring first, and generally that's where they basically stay for a while until they're very comfortable riding the horses. And then after they get comfortable, and the horses know as well, you know, that they're in the ring and they're with little children, so that's a big help. Very gentle. Well, there's something about being with a horse and a human and a horse connection that kind of makes everybody one, and it is relaxing, and it teaches them a little bit about having a team with an animal, a human and a team. You know, I got connected because I wanted to ride horses. I have always loved horses. I don't own one. I don't have the place to own one, and I found Prospect on Facebook. And I connected with Susan and just said, please, can I come out and ride your horses? And that's how it all started about a year ago. This is, number one, the best place to do it, but number two, when you leave this place knowing that you've helped children and adults with giving your time, it's just, you know, nothing better than that. You know, I really am not the person for that, but Susan Tambone is the one that has developed a program for children, and she's been years in the making in developing this so that it's safe and also beneficial for anybody that comes out.
Well, my name's Josh Lyon, and I do pretty much everything. I don't help out with the lessons quite as much anymore, but I do a lot of the building and maintaining and daily maintenance with the horses. There's a total of 39 acres here. I believe about 20 acres is actual Prospect Riding Center. And it's pretty much just horse pasture and the actual arena and day stalls for the horses in the barn. Of course, you got the fences to keep the horses off the road. We're right here on State Road 70, so that's pretty important. You got a lot of boards pop off. You got to screw them back on so nobody catches a leg when they're riding. Wasps is one thing. Of course, this time of year is bad. We got students that are allergic to them, so try and keep them to a minimum. Maintaining the trails really isn't too hard. It's just going back there every now and then a limb falls, you drag it off. Might have to trim some trees. Every now and then we go back there and level off the dirt, just drag it, make it look pretty. That's about it. Of course, you always want to keep things nice and clean. The biggest thing is adjusting doors on the stalls. You know, they don't want to open, they start dragging, so I kind of take care of that. Susan does a lot of the keeping it nice and clean. She does that during the day. Well, there's usually more than I can keep up with. I work a regular job, and then I come here every day after work, and I usually, not every day, but probably 2-3 days out of the week I work close to dark, and it's a lot for one person to keep up. I got other responsibilities here too, keeping up fence for the cows that 3Ts has. I think seeing the kids be happy, messing with the horses. You know, I never really had anything to do with horses until probably 3.5 years ago. So it's still a learning experience for me.
Hi, I'm Diane Wallen. We're here at Prospect Riding Center's Obstacle Trail. We have a series of natural obstacles such as tree limbs on the ground and some logs, some limbs hanging low that the riders can ride underneath, riders and horses. We've also installed some man-made obstacles. We have tires in the ground. We have some noodles to walk through or to weave around, and then we have some other obstacles that we come and go as we feel like it. Cones to set up to go through and make patterns. Having obstacles is great for both riders and the horses. It's good to challenge one another. The horses are challenged with new things that they might not be used to. The riders are challenged to ride their horses through the obstacles. And showing horses, there's obstacle course, trail course or trail classes and shows and horse shows. So it's good practice, it's good experience, and it keeps everybody really engaged with their riding, and it's stimulating for the horses. Instead of doing arena work all the time, they like to get out and see what's going on, and it's peaceful out here. We can hear the birds and we can hear the bugs, and it's shady, and so it's just a great thing to do with both riders and horses.
Well, I've been riding horses since I was about 3 years old. I started taking lessons when I was 5, and I was a competitive jumper for about 20 years. So my life has always been filled with horses. The interesting thing, though, is that when I was a kid, one of the very first riding centers for the disabled was in West Palm Beach. It was called Venceremos, and I volunteered there for 9 years. Kept me out of a lot of trouble. I got to learn a lot, and it taught me a whole lot about patience and understanding and working with people with disabilities. Therapeutic riding has been around for about 20 to 25 years now, I believe, and it really makes a great difference for people that have physical disabilities, such as cerebral palsy. The motion of the horses walking is very much like the motion that we feel when we walk. So for those that can't walk, they get up on a horse and they're free to do whatever they want. It's really a great feeling. Oh, this is Hank. Sometimes we call him my boyfriend. He is probably the most spectacular jumper I've ever been on. He's great fun. He's a little bit of a handful from now and again, but makes it interesting for me. Since I've been riding for so long, I get pretty bored quickly. Well, there are a lot of obstacles here that are obstacles for the person that's riding the horse and the horse itself. So it teaches them to be able to handle a horse through different obstacles, things that might come up when they're out on the trail. If they have to cross over water, then they won't be scared of doing that because they've done things here in the obstacle course. Oh yeah, it's funny, he and I do the same thing. We always look whenever we're out riding to see what we can go over as opposed to what we can go around. Well, as a nonprofit, they're always looking for funding, so any sort of donations are greatly appreciated by Prospect. And then to come out and to be a volunteer out here is great. Like I said, I rode at a riding center for the disabled for 9 years. Kept me out of trouble as a kid. I was always busy, and I learned a whole lot from it. I think that people should take away from what we've done out here today is this is great exposure for everybody's horse, not just ours, but you get to see what somebody with disabilities might be able to do, and it really opens up the world for them. I hope Natalie takes away from it that she should be very proud of herself for what she got her horse to do out here today as well.